wide open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Rockets leading by 7. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Ariza no look.
That's not how you want to kick off the second half with 3 straight misses.
Johnson kicks to Anderson. No good from outside.
And they've been off target now on 3 of the first 4 shots they've taken in this second half.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Here's Harden. And it's good. Harden's got 22 points.
And they get one to go now after missing their first 3 shots. Maybe this will kick them into gear.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Now here is Jack. 6 points for him. Garnett kicks to Johnson. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. Johnson's got his second bucket tonight.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Brook Lopez is checked in for Plumlee. Jefferson comes in for Kevin Garnett. And it's Bogdanovich in for Allen Anderson. Houston also making some changes. Terrence Jones is checked in for Dorsey. Smith comes in for Monty Eunice. And it's Terry in for James Harden. Nets trail by 9. Outside Jack. Here's Lopez. It's rebounded by Houston. Ariza's got his 4th rebound in this one. The wide open look here for Terry. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there. Now here is Jack. Even though the Nets staged a great comeback last season, you have to wonder if they'll view what they did as a disappointment.
Well, they did bring in some big-name stars, but still ended up, I think, right in the middle of the playoff pack in the East and perhaps fell a little short of what they hoped to accomplish last season.
Houston leading by 9. Into Smith.
Well, for most teams, that would be good enough, being in the what the Nets did last year, but they've been trying to climb into that elite tier in the East, and it didn't happen.
You know, moving up in the conference standings, Brooklyn's window, to me, might be closing as it relates to making that jump because they've had to trade away future assets to close the talent gap with the top teams, and that's put them in a tough spot going forward.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Monty Eunice comes in for Jones. And Corey Brewer's subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Ariza goes in. Kicks it to Brewer. Houston moving the ball around. That is good. And it's 8 points for Jason Terry.
Yeah, and he had to get that shot off quickly because the defense was all over.
Yeah, that's the key, Steve. The quick trigger. Any hesitation, and that shot gets blocked.
Jack. Again, the miss by Jack.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he'd shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
Nets trail by 12. 1:39 left to play in the third. Pass to Johnson. Terry against Jack. Brewer with the steal. And they're moving it up. Launches it. And it's Terry that time on the assist by Ariza. And that's now 11 points for Jason Terry.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
You know, he understandably doesn't like what's going on out there, and that's why he wants to talk things over during this timeout.
I think this is a good time to call a timeout. They just need to hit pause for a second and then reset as well.
Harrison, who's checked in for Brooklyn. Darius Morris comes in for Jarrett Jack. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hey, Kevin. During that last break, I heard Lionel Hollins as he addressed his team. Offensively, he wants them to work the ball around. He stressed the need to find good shots, not quick shots. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. And a look now at our 2K leaderboard to see which wingmen have come away with the most steals over the past month. Number 1, Trevor Ariza.
Well, with the kind of defense he plays, he really gives his team someone to lean on at that end of the floor.
Yeah, he takes a lot of pressure off the big guys because he can thwart penetration just with his active hands. I mean, his feet are good, but it's the active hands that dissuade passes inside.
As you might have expected them to be, Clark, the Rockets were very good on the road.
Well, with the way that team was comprised with multiple threats on the floor offensively, it's no surprise to see them excel on the road.
Now here's Terry. 11 points in the game, and that one's good.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
Morris with the ball. Terry covering. Lopez a screen. Inside to Jefferson. Shot clock at 6. And it's Terry off the drive. Here's Brewer. Here's Smith. Goes back up. And the shot is good. Smith's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities. That is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
That's his first personal foul.
The Nets shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Well, they were 75% free throw shooting a season ago.
That free throw, no good. Both teams deciding to change it up. He's off on the second. On offense, here are the Rockets. They're on a 16-5 run. That's good. 24 points for James Harden.
Might as well just take it into his own hands and make that big lead even bigger.
Morris passes to Karasov. He kicks it to Lopez. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
The defense just couldn't recover in time.
Yeah, the D pretty much went brain neutral on that one, Clark. Wouldn't you?
Yes, sir. I like that phrase.
Yeah. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Rockets ahead as they end the third quarter with a huge surge, an 18-7 run. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And Steve, we've got a moment here to go to our State Farm assist of the game, coming on some very clever point guard play.
Well, he mans that position for a reason, Kevin, because he passes the ball so well, sets up his teammates beautifully, really gets this offense into a nice rhythm.
Delivering the pass important, but putting the pass in the right place for a shooter is, as you well know, huge.
Yep, no question.
Alan Anderson out there with Garnett. Then it's Darius Morris. Then there's Sergei Karasov. And it's Plumlee in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the Nets' 5. The second chance effort. Rebound by Smith.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
Yep, they have not let their guard down one bit in the paint.
The 3 from Harden. The shot no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way.
Well, eventually he'll start knocking those down. Again, he did make 2 in the first half.
There's the pick. Back to Anderson. He dishes it to Garnett. 6 on the shot clock. Unloads from 13. Anderson's shot is off.
And excellent interior defense there. Good rotation.
No doubt about it, Steve. He's a real presence inside. Takes up a lot of space.
Well, James Harden is a pure scorer, but for him to get this Rockets team where they hope to go, I think he has to lead in more ways than just offensively. Really needs to set the example with his defense, his effort, and his unselfishness as well.
First free throw is good.
And Harden is a great passer. But last season, at times, it seemed like he settled into being a ball stopper. He's so talented, so gifted offensively. He's an excellent offensive player when he's isolated. But this team has so much offensive talent. I think they're best served to keep that ball hopping. And that goes for any team, but clearly a team that has the weapons that Houston does.
Both shots good from the stripe. And you think of the superstar two guards who have won titles over the years, whether it's Kobe Bryant in Los Angeles or Dwayne Wade in Miami, Steve, they've all gotten after it defensively.
Yeah, and I think that's where Harden has to take the next step, in my opinion. When he's locked in, he's great. You know, he's got the long wingspan, he's got the strength. It's just about having that focus and that energy, that intensity that you need at the defensive end.
Jack dishes to Anderson. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Feeds to Johnson. 11 feet away. It's hauled in by Smith. Smith's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Harden has a wide open look. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And the defense got away with a major lapse there.
And here's Anderson for 3. Offensive rebound. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
That's about time somebody scored. This is ugly.
Yeah, grit and grind ugly. That's how I would describe it. Every bucket counts double in a game like this one. Or at least it should count double.
Hit his leg. And it's being called a kickball. Montejunas is checked in for Houston.
Donatas Montejunas.
The 3 from Harden. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got 7 rebounds in the game.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Good on the shot. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
And he had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on it.
There's the feed to Beverly. Back to Harden. Harden draws the double. Pass to Dorsey. Plumlee with the steal. Jack against Ariza. Pass to Plumlee. Here's Johnson. It's rebounded by Houston. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Johnson against Harden. Harden draws the double. Here's Montejunas. The rebound by Anderson.
Yeah, that's a low percentage shot right there.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, he's got to be thinking out there a little better. Make the pass in that situation. Don't force a bad shot. They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Kevin McHale coaching his team during that break. He said, we are this close to finishing them off, but the job is not done yet, and I don't want to see any let-up out there. We'll see how well his point got across, guys.
Harden gets the bucket. Here's Jack. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Timeout called, the Nets. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
He's on fire. They needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hand.
And Jack kicks to Johnson. Turnaround Jay, and again it's Brooklyn converting.
Gotta love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
And so it's Houston with it, leading by 12. Here's Harden. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
It appears as though the Nets have basically committed to winning now with the way they've handled contracts and trades, and as good as they are, you do have to wonder about their future.
With the Nets, as you said, a lot of older players on the roster, and they've had to surrender a lot of picks to get the talent they do have here. Wonder if that may come back to bite them.
Well, for the Nets, Clark, the lack of draft picks most certainly will hamper them at some point. But if they are able to come out of the East and make big noise until then, people, I don't don't think they're going to mind.
No, I agree with you there. I mean, it's going to be interesting. They do have the finances despite not having a draft pick, so perhaps they can land a couple of good free agents.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Houston leading by 12. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
It's basically been all him. I mean, he scored most of the